What is happening, everybody? Welcome to today's episode. Today, we are going to be talking about Lizzo's crazy transformation. Take a look at this change. We have her at about, I don't know how many pounds, definitely over, 350. And I guess she lost a couple of 100 pounds. It's a great transformation. And it's something to celebrate, to be honest. There's two ways to look at this, right? I mean, we can make a 12-minute video ranting about how she's a hypocrite and how, this is all just fake, pretty much kind of what Doucette did. Or we can talk about, the positives that, people change and maybe she is coming around and realizing that, being at a certain weight is just not healthy. It's not inspirational. And as people get older, people change. I mean, I know I have changed a lot from the ages of, let's say, 30 to 35, 35 to 40. We develop, we grow. And also our doctors kind of tell us that, listen, you can't keep doing the shit that you're doing because you are on the verge of getting a cardiac arrest. So that's pretty normal. And good for her for losing the weight. Now let's talk about how she lost the weight. She did it through Ozempic, which is a GLP drug. Basically, if you guys don't know what it does, in very simple terms, the hormone that kind of makes you hungry, it kind of blocks it. So you kind of feel full all the time. And that's what it does. There are some reported side effects, but I mean, everything has side effects. The question is it worth it? Is the 200 or 150 or 100 pound weight loss worth the side effects that you get from using this drug? Yes, it is. Most likely it is, because being at a certain weight for too long, as you get older, chances of getting, diabetes, high blood pressure, cardiac arrest, horrible lipid profile, it's a recipe for death. You're saving yourself. This is what happened. This is what she did. She seems very, very happy with herself. As we can see here in these, twerking or sexual videos, I don't really I'm Middle Eastern. We don't really get that culture. We don't understand what's going on there. And the thing is, this is not a black people thing. This is a cultural thing. This is an African American culture. It's not black people. People always confuse the two things, because like in the Middle East, we have a lot of, I'm brown. There's a lot of black people amongst us, right? There's also a lot of black people who just arrived, like immigrants from Haiti or from Africa, and they're very different. They're very different black people. This is a very cultural thing, like that kind of behavior. As a Middle Eastern, we've never really understood it. And that's why it's really funny when you have a black person and an Arab insulting each other racially back and forth. This is like the funniest trade of insults that you would probably be entertained with.
Get off your baby mamas!
Go ride your camel!
Shut up your mouth, 50 Cent! Go steal some shit!
Go blow some shit up!
Okay.
Oh shit!
So that's the kind of trade-off that you kind of get. So there's no racism here. It's just we don't get it. But I don't think that's not a black people thing. That's a cultural thing. And the reason why I'm talking about that is because it does have something to do with the weight loss transformation. In my personal opinion, I've watched the Doucette video. There's a lot of correct points, but I don't think people are seeing the bigger picture here. Lizzo is not a real person. Again, this all goes back to my previous videos where I constantly talk about how the internet is not a real place. Nothing on the internet is real. Even the cultural things that we're seeing from African Americans is not real. This is not a correct representation of black people. And I say this as someone who's educated and who's traveled all over the world, and I've seen different black people all over. The stigma or the stereotype that you want to do is the firm, stern African father with an accent.
You don't have future here. You don't have future. You can never make it.
That's the kind of African culture that's most likely accurate.
You're supposed to be a dinner man, serving dinner to the students in the secondary school. Because you cannot do basic 1+1.
But the things that we're seeing with Lizzo, this is a propaganda machine. She's not a real human being. She's not a real person. This is all part of a larger scheme and propaganda machine to kind of insinuate the notion that all black people are like that. Obviously, this constantly fuel. It's a propaganda machine that fuels a stereotype and increases affirmation of these stereotypes that are ironically created by the propaganda itself. And I get when people call her a hypocrite, because like at first she was embracing the body positivity movement. You know, she was all about being accepting and loving yourself when you're, you know, fucking as large as a whale. Human hippopotamus is just like fucking, you know, acceptable. And she was embracing that, encouraging that. And then all of a sudden now she's embracing her new weight loss look, which doesn't make sense, but it does make sense when you understand what is really happening. Lizzo is not a real person. She does not have her own thoughts. Everything you're seeing is not an appropriate picture of who she is. She is a poster that is paid financially to push certain narratives. At least that's what I think, and that's what I hope as well. Because in my head, there's no way that there are people that are like that. Again, maybe this is a whole immigrant thing and I'm just like not convinced. Like I see, you know, the twerking and, you know, I see those ass cheeks clap. And the first thing that comes to my mind is I hope she has a bidet at home. Arabs have bidet. We're grown with bidets. It's that thing in the toilet that shoots water up your butt after you poop to clean your butthole. And I'm just thinking, God, I hope she has a bidet, because like these cheeks clapping. And if there is any kind of debris, I feel just terribly sorry for the videographer or for the people around who are near that, because if she's using just, you know, raw toilet paper, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad for whoever's there. So that's how I think. Like I look at it and I'm like, that's not a real person. That doesn't exist in real life. No one's like that. No one's like that. It can't be. It's impossible. If a person was really like that and behaving like that, then at this point, the IQ of an orangutan would surpass certain people. And I refuse to believe that. I think this is just all an act. It's a propaganda machine. She's getting paid to say certain things. Even the lyrics, I don't think she has the ability to write these lyrics. I think someone is paying her. Or even someone is paying her to just be like, be as absurd as you think you can be. Just say the utmost ridiculous shit and we're going to pay you for it. Like no limit. Just spew out the most garbage nonsense you can that would be terribly bad for children to listen to. And the worse it is, the more you're going to get paid. I kind of think that's what's going on. There has to be like a group of people who are pushing this narrative. It's kind of like a cultural propaganda to fuel stereotypes between races in America. That's what I think. As an Arab who's seeing it from the outside, that's kind of what I see. It's like, oh, for sure someone's paying her to act like that. So the weight loss thing, I don't think she's a hypocrite. I think maybe, you know, she told her bosses or whoever, listen, like I'm about to get a heart attack if I keep pushing this fat shit. So can we switch the narrative now? Because I don't want to die. And then the boss was like, yeah, we'll find something for you. We'll push something. You'll lose a little bit of weight. We'll slap on some spandex. You'll still do the twerking though, right? Like you're and she's like, yeah. I'm like, everything's going to be the same. I need to lose the weight because, you know, my cholesterol is 700 and like my left ventricle is closing up as we speak right now. Like I have to go and do a triple bypass on Tuesday. So can we just, like, moving forward with our contract, can we just lower the whole, you know, image by about 100, 200 pounds? I think that's what's going on. And the guy was like, yeah, but everything stays the same. Don't worry. So she's not really a hypocrite. She's just a paid front, you know, just some person who's, she's an actor. Maybe she's an actor. Maybe that's what it is. She's an actor and she's kind of just portraying something to kind of fuel the racial wars that are going on in the States and the stigma, and like the, you know, white Americans will be like, yeah, look how they act. Good black people are like, no, that's not really us. And she's just like, wet pussy or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I think is happening right here. Good for her for losing the weight. That's a good transformation. She has a long way to go, but I think she's on the right track. and I hope her bosses continue to let her lose the weight. You know, don't be too triggered by these things. It's not real. Nothing is real on the internet. Remember that. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the next episode, and please subscribe.